Hi, everybody. Happy Monday. Happy Monday. It's Monday, y'all. We're back again with another live and another CBG News episode of Monica News and Views. Um, good afternoon. Well, good. How's everybody doing? How you doing, Miss Laverne? Hi, Angie. How y'all doing today? Honey, I'm not showing my face on today, y'all. Today is Monday. I'm a little tired and I'm worn out. I do have some exciting news for you guys. I do have some exciting news. Well, it's some exciting news for me as a mother and as hey, Classic Kia, how you doing? Welcome. We welcome you here at Monica News and Views. Hey, Trisha. Hey, Christine. Hey, everyone. Make sure you guys, if you have not done it yet, please press the like button as you come in, and please share me on all your social media platforms if you like. Hey, Aunt Nancy, how are you doing, guys? Guys, before I get started, guys, say a special prayer for my son's football team on this coming Saturday. My son and his football team, the entire football team, has made it to the Super Bowl, and this will be the last week that he plays football until next year. And they have made it all the way to the Super Bowl for the little Pee Wee team. So let's congratulations to my son and his football team. Um, they are some hardworking little fellas and they have made it thus far. So pray for our safe travels to the location where we have to go for the game and back. And let's pray that they win it all the way through. They only lost one game. So I wanted to give you guys that exciting news for my son and his team. As well, guys, if to all my members, if you are listening right now, if you have not sent me what I have put on the members only community tab, please look on the community tab and send me that information. I do want to make sure I get that to you guys before Christmas. So if you're not a member yet and you want to become a member, all you have to do is press the join button and my members will receive something by Christmas. And if you guys want, I am going to be doing a giveaway for Thanksgiving. I'm giving away $100. If you want to be part of the giveaway, all you have to do is email me at my email address, MJJ Family. Let me put that in the chat. 2020@gmail.com. That is my email, guys. That's what we're going to. I am going to do I'm going to draw I think I'm just going to do four $25 Cash App giveaways for Thanksgiving. And then for Christmas, guys, I'm going to do two $50 Cash Apps. If no one enters in for Thanksgiving, I'm going to give the person that did it. God is good, and I know He's gonna bless me for whatever I give, and I want to make sure that my people know that I love them. I'm gonna give that person I have only one person entering in this giveaway thus far. So if don't nobody else enter in the giveaway, that person will receive the whole pot. So I have the money and I want to give back to my people because y'all support me, and I want to let you guys know that I love you. But my members will receive something special just because they are my members. So I do want to give you guys that information. So if you want to enter the pot, email me your Cash App and say, Monica, I want to be a part of the giveaway. Because if not, by the weekend before Thanksgiving, if you haven't entered it in, I am going to give the one person the whole pot. Hey, the McCray Kings, how are y'all today? So, guys, this has been a lot going on, guys, and we're gonna go ahead and talk about it now. I know you guys have been talking. There's a lot been going on about the Travis Scott situation with the with him and him doing the concert. and over like 50,000 people was at this concert at the Astro World Festival, and it was canceled on this weekend because a lot of people have lost their lives. It was very chaotic. And what I'm going to do, guys, we're going to list to some of the people's that I have found, some of the people's testimony that said what it was like in that crowd. Because I found one video where it says that Travis Scott has spit, like he spit on a person in the crowd. And that from what everyone was upset for, because people was telling him to stop because it's getting too chaotic. And he continued on. They said he looked, but he continued on instead of getting the people some help. And it's like, from the information that was given to me, and shout out to Trisha, to Miss Sheila, to all my people that send me information. To send me the information. I see that Trisha was telling me there was over 100,000 people that back in May, when they put out that they was going to do the Astro, the Astro Festival, that over 100,000 people had already like claimed their tickets. So you're telling me over 50,000 people, over almost 100,000 people, over 100,000 people were at that concert, and COVID-19 is still real, because probably majority of them didn't even have a vaccine. And then there one incident where they said a security guard was pricked, and it was just a mess. Yeah, yes, it is. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Yes. Wow. Yeah, it is. Like, this is what was a news article that came out. Now, Travis Scott, he did I'm gonna play the he made a little announcement on Instagram, but him and he is being sued, and they are giving everyone back their money, and I don't blame them. Like, that wasn't a good experience for people to be trampled on and all that. That's ridiculous. Like, that is ridiculous. Travis Scott and Drake, they are being sued because of this. And it had came out that Travis Scott will be paying for the family's funerals, that the ones that has lost their life. I do need to update my title, because it was more. He made an apology. If you guys don't know who Travis Scott is, Travis Scott is he's the one that sang the highest in the room. I do like the highest in the room. That's the only thing I know him from. I used to hear that on the radio all the time. And him being the baby daddy of Kylie Jenner, she's the one of the on Keeping Up with the Kardashians, and them, and she has Kylie Cosmetics. She's like a billionaire. So that's how I know Travis Scott. But Travis Scott does this Astro World every year. He didn't do it last year because of COVID, but he had a whole documentary on Netflix. If you guys have not watched that on Netflix, watch it. He has Kylie on there and everything. That's how I really figured out who he was. And he's from Houston, and he wanted to, I guess, give back to the city. But it seemed like, where everybody, I think everybody was just so excited because now, the world is back open, COVID, you can go to the concerts now, and everybody done came out and people done lost their life. But anyway, he is going to pay for the funerals, and he also is going to pay for counseling service for anyone that needs counseling service from the chaotic event. But we're just going to listen to Let me get it up. We're gonna listen to some of the information that came out and give our opinion on it. I know everybody's been talking about it, but I was supposed to talk about it, went live last night, guys, but I was a little bit on the tired side. Like, y'all, I'm gonna be honest, like, this is the last week of football, and I'm kind of glad. Really? Well, they're claiming that they want Travis Scott to be removed from another concert that is coming up, but they said he's already been paid for, so paid to do it. So, you know, it's one, like, is it really his fault that this happened? Or because of the fact that he didn't stop the concert and get the crowd together and get these people together, because they were pushing on each other on top of the stage. Y'all gonna hear all this. And then we're gonna listen to a nurse's account on her experience. It's like a lot of people was just upset. Like, a lot of people were upset about what was going on. So, okay, here is the one about the officer that had made the Houston Police Department, they have made did a press conference, and they was talking about this officer that was being pricked. It says in Vegas, yeah, that is it starts with a C, Conchella or something, but that's the one that the concert goers are now signing a petition saying that he should be removed. Now, don't mess with the man money. Now, you know what I'm saying? He paying for your funeral. He paying for your counseling. He done did his apologies. Yeah, he should do all of that, but don't fool with the man pockets. I might be wrong for feeling that way, but it is what it is. How you doing, Miss Sheila? Okay, guys, so we're going to listen to this, and y'all tell me what you think.
Coverage. If you're just waking up and you haven't watched any of the reports, we know that at least 8 people are dead and hundreds others hurt during opening night of rapper Travis Scott's Astro World Fest last night at NRG. And before last night's deadly incident, there was another moment of chaos at the festival.
We want to go now to KPRC2 investigator Robert Arnold, who is in the newsroom right now, tracking that angle of the story. Good morning, Robert.
Good morning. We're just trying to piece this together through social media posts. As we showed that video all day yesterday, you had dozens of people much earlier in the day break through security barriers to bypass the main checkpoints to surge into the Astro World Festival. You had some people that were detained and arrested, but many more were able to get into the crowd. You saw a massive crowd around that stage when Travis Scott first came in. There's so many posts on social media showing that, and people surging forward, people jumping, people chanting, everything as that concert was starting. A lot of people are posting on social media that as the crowd started surging forward, not everybody knew what was going on. We're now seeing posts from entertainers and people who were in the crowd showing the paramedics rushing in, trying to perform CPR on some people, a general mass confusion as everybody was rushing towards the stage. This is reminiscent of what happened at a Who concert in 1979 when people were trying to get into a concert hall and started pushing towards the door. You have these people at the front, you have these people at the back, everybody's surging forward. The people in the back don't realize these people in the front are being trampled, and it's just this domino effect that keeps going. You have so many people on here describing how they tried to stop, how they tried to drag this person away, they tried to yell for people to stop moving forward, and it just took too long. Too much commotion, too much confusion, too much noise, and it took too long to get the crowd to stop before these 8 people had been trampled and several other people were injured. But as I say, we're just now starting to piece together the events of that through many of these social media posts that have been going up just hour after hour on Instagram, on TikTok, on Twitter. Through all of this, people asking for prayers, people saying this is what it was like, putting their descriptions in about how they tried to save friends, they tried to drag people out. They said it was just a mass confusion. It was a huge crowd. It was a tremendous amount of excitement and aggression, and everybody just surged forward, and it all culminated with these deaths and injuries. But as soon as we have more information, more specifics on a timeline, we will keep updating our story. Back to you guys.
Yeah, definitely heartbreaking to hear the friends trying to save their friends throughout the concert as this event, and people were getting trampled and getting hurt. Just heartbreaking. Robert, thank you for.
Okay, thank y'all for
shop calls today for Black Friday deals.
So that is just, I guess I clicked on the wrong one, but that's okay. But that is just an explanation on what, and y'all see all those people, y'all see all those people this early in the daytime. This is not even at night that all those people was running through the barricades, getting to Lord. These must be some super fans or something. Like, that's ridiculous. Like, all those people just barricading and rushing and stamping. They were stomping like about to run over the man, the security guards and the officers with the horse. I'm like, Lord, y'all must be really some super fans, or you ain't never been outside or a concert before. Because Lord Jesus, if it got to be like that, I don't want to go. And I understand what you're saying, Miss Sheila. And I understand what you're saying with that. You know, they are suing, and you know what I'm saying. And the reason why they want to hold Travis Scott and Drake accountable is because of the fact that he did not stop the concert to get the people some help. If he would have stopped the concert, it would have been something different. But I also see where you coming from. Like, it's not their fault that these people, the crowd was overly crowded, but you should have limited the number of tickets of people that were coming in to, you should have limited to like 50,000 people so it wouldn't be so crowded. Because like, if it, or less, because that's like too much. If you think about it, there wasn't no 50,000 people. There were over 50,000 people. They're just saying approximately, but it was more than 50,000 people was at that concert, because Lord have mercy, y'all, you know, to be honest, like, that was a lot of people, and these people were trampling over his stuff, or trampling over his people. They were, and you know, Travis Scott is and is to refund all Astro World tickets, and he canceling his performance at Day in Vegas. That's true, Trisha. He is doing that. But I do want to show you the video of the officer that says that the guy was one of the security guards was injected in the neck with some drugs. I'm like, how in the hell? Yes, it does, Classy. It does. He said he was to be aware of what is going on in his audience. He is taking his fans on a musical journey. That journey should not result in death, period. Right. It should not result in death, period. And he should want to pay for those people's funeral. It ain't gonna hurt his pockets, child. He can give them all families maybe about $50,000 a piece, and it still wouldn't break him. So he'll be all right. He's paying for the funeral. He's paying for the counseling for everybody. But yeah, like, he has to be held accountable, because if, you know what I'm saying, like, it looks like Travis Scott concerts be lit. Like, y'all see the fire and all that right there. They say it's always lit. Because if you watch his documentary, you can tell how his concerts be. Y'all need to go to YouTube, Netflix, and find the Travis Scott Netflix documentary he did. And you know, so I am going to play this video of hold on, y'all, this not it right here. Hold on. Hold on, y'all. I'm gonna play the Houston Police Department talk about the security guard that was injected in the neck. That to me was crazy. We're going to play that. Just allow me a moment here, because that is crazy. Now, who injected somebody in the neck? Who doing that? Like that is beyond crazy to be injecting people in the neck. Hey, Chef. Oh, Jesus, Trisha. Yes, it was, but we're gonna listen to this, guys, and then we're gonna listen to some accounts of people that was actually at the concert.
I said it. We want to send condolences to the family. Nobody, as everybody's hurting, our police department, our fire department, all our citizens. Nobody's hurting more than family members. And our prayers go out to them. And I ask the whole nation, because I know it's other news media here, not just local, to pray for the family. I want to go over a few things. Last night, I put out some numbers in terms of security, police officers and private security. I gave the number of 367 police officers. That number was the number that we had assigned for the evening shift. We actually had 528 because we held over day shift officers. Live Nation has just reported to us that they had 755 security officers. A lot of security out there. But as everyone is saying, we leave no stones unturned. This has not happened to us ever in Houston since I've been a police officer. And we take pride of it. And we're going to get down to the bottom. A lot of narratives out there right now. A lot of them on social media. And even last night, I think that all of us need to be respectful of the families and make sure that we follow the facts and the evidence. And that's what we're trying to do here in the Houston Police Department. I will tell you, one of the narratives was that some individual was injecting other people with drugs. We do have a report of a security officer, according to the medical staff that was out and treated him last night, that he was reaching over to restrain or grab a citizen, and he felt a prick in his neck. When he was examined, he went unconscious. They administered Narcan. He was revived, and the medical staff did notice a prick that was similar to a prick that you would get if somebody's trying to inject. That is one part of it. The other thing that's very important, there were some individuals that were trampled, and we want to be respectful of that. But we just ask that y'all give us time to do a proper investigation. Live Nation has stated from the very beginning that they would cooperate. They're going to give us the video sometime this evening. I spoke to my commander in homicide. So we're waiting to get that. That's going to help us. But I also want to call out to the community, kids and young individuals that was out there. If you see something, say something. This is now a criminal investigation. That's going to involve our homicide division as well as narcotics. And we're going to get down to the bottom of it. I just want to thank Live Nation and everybody else out there. There was cooperation. I also want to say thanks to our police officers. A lot of them administered CPR. Executive Chief Larry Satterwhite was out there. And something that was important, and the mayor just said it, but I want to hit it again. 9:30, right there. That's when a few people started going down. Our people stepped up and immediately went to the producers and told them, hey, people are going down. This show ended at 10:10 p.m. So I just want to acknowledge that. As far as arrests last night, 25 arrests, 23 of those 25 were trespass. 1 possession of marijuana and 1 public intoxication. So we'll just open it up for questions after Chief Pena. Go ahead.
Okay, y'all. So now I did want you. I know you guys wonder what Narcan is. He look like he wearing a shirt costume. Y'all start showing so much shade. Marijuana still is illegal in Texas. Well, anyway, guys. So it says here Narcan is something that is used for like opioid overdose. It's used to reverse is used for the complete or partial reversal of opioid overdose, including respiratory depression. Narcan is also used for diagnosis of suspected or known acute opioid overdose, and also for blood pressure support and septic shock. So somebody gonna put somebody in some septic shock, Jesus. What's wrong with these people? Exactly, like I wouldn't, and I wouldn't even be sitting up there at a concert with my children. You're right about that, Miss Classic, because I swear to God, mine wouldn't be up in there. You can watch on the TV, but you won't be up in there. Shoot, no. Like, I guess, you know what I'm saying? I guess that's something that comes to Houston like every year that he's been doing, and everybody goes there because I guess they wasn't expecting it to be so chaotic. But think about, we've been sitting in the house for a whole year and a half, and then this happens. You know, people, everybody finna come out. Everybody finna come out. It's finna be dumped all the way out. So, it's sad, but if this is a criminal investigation, who are they going to hold responsible for the death? They already have basically saying wanting to hold Travis Scott a little bit for this happening because he didn't stop the concert. And that same thing here in Mississippi, honey. We have legalized medical marijuana, and they done took it to the Supreme Court. Ain't that about nothing? But anyway, y'all, let's look at this. Okay, y'all. This is, before I get started, this is one of the concert goers going to one of the producers, the cameraman, pleading to them to stop and help, but they just kept on. So let's just look at this. They kicked her off the stage. I'm not gonna play the music. I don't want to. Sorry. So y'all do see that she's telling them that they're asking for help, and look at them. They just try to kick her off the stage. Jesus. This girl put her life in danger for that, and guess what happened? So it's sad, but it's ridiculous as well. It is sad and ridiculous. Hey, Q. I think that's basically what it is, because you're going into his head. You see the picture that I have as a thumbnail? That's what they use to enter inside of Astro World. They have his head and his hair, basically like that. So yeah. So as well, guys, we're going. I have to play it because it wouldn't be me if I wouldn't play it. We're going to listen to Travis Scott apology. A lot of people felt like he was trying to muster some tears up, but they said that he couldn't do it. y'all know us people are shady, but he did. They said he tried to muster an apology. Hold on just a minute. Let me find it. But he did Saturday come out with a video saying, you know, within an apology, you know, he didn't expect this to happen, and you know, this, that. I guess everybody was looking for a good time, but how can you looking for a good time when you have these people acting like wild ass animals? Like basically what it is. Trisha said Candyman was a plaque. Lord. Then yeah, that's the one that's his apology letter. That's his apology. And I'm gonna play that now. Just allow me a moment. Hold on, y'all. This ain't even it, child. Hold on.
I just want to send out prayers to the ones that was lost last night. We're actually working right now to identify the families so we can help assist them through this tough time. You know, my fans really mean the world to me, and I always just really want to leave them with a positive experience. And anytime I can make out, you know, anything that's going on, I stop the show and, you know, help them get the help they need, you know. I could just never imagine the severity of the situation. We've been working closely with everyone to just try to get to the bottom of this. The city of Houston, HPD, fire department, you know, everyone to, you know, help us figure this out. So if you have any information, you know, please just contact your local authorities. Everybody continue to just keep your prayers. I mean, I'm honestly just devastated. I could never imagine anything like this just happening. I'm gonna do everything I can to keep you guys updated and keep you guys informed on what's going on.
Still do it, child.
Love you all.
Yeah. Trisha, she'll show hook him up, child. She will hook him up. Yeah, that's what it seemed like to me. He probably didn't get any sleep. He probably haven't got any sleep since, you know, people probably been on top of his head about this situation because he didn't stop the concert. He kept on, and that's not cool. He, you know what I'm saying? He should have been more aware of what was going on because I had put out on my Facebook page that Cat Williams, he has to stop his show because one of the people in his audience had passed out, child. I don't know what happened, but if that happened. Let me see. Travis Scott net worth. Let me see. That man worth $60 million. He ain't gonna hurt for no money getting these people, paying for these people from. Child, please. Anyway, let's see.
I've said it. We want to send condolences to the family.
The next thing is, guys, we're going to listen to an account from one of the people that came on the news and told their account about what they experienced at the concert. So, guys, I'm going to share this information now. And then I'm going to play the nurse's interview. The nurse gave a good account on what happened. She even had to step in to help people. Y'all, when that's sad when you're supposed to go to a concert and have fun, but then you have to turn around and you help because the security guards couldn't keep the crowd together. Like, y'all don't understand. Like, it was like over 300 some security guards, and he couldn't even keep these people maintained. So you know it was too many people out there. Hold on, y'all. Hold on. I done lost something. Hold on. Here you go.
You move yourself, and you move with you become like an organism.
Yeah. Oh, wow. That's the one with the broke the gate, right? So, and there's kids buried under the
So I remember me, him, and a couple other our friends. We were just hanging on to each other because once you get separated, it's
lost.
It's lost.
I had to. When he falls, I would come back to pick him up. Yeah. If I would fall, he'd come back and pick me up. It's not a one-man show. It's really everybody.
No, I wasn't. You were hanging on to each other because if you let go, you.
Yeah, if you let go, it's like because you could easily drift apart. It's like being in water. It's weird. You literally just drift apart in the crowd. And I ended up in the middle of the crowd. And mind you, us four, we stayed here together. We were separated the whole day. And I ended up seeing this guy in the middle. And while I was in the middle, you know, obviously everybody's opening up mosh pits. We're having a good time. But there's a lot of people that are very selfish. There's people that I saw a pit that was being held together by people. But because in the pit was people that fell. So they were standing together to help the people get up. And I witnessed somebody unconscious struggling to get out. Like their friends were trying to get him out, and just people weren't caring enough to like make a path. So as I'm a 400-pound guy, so I jump in because that's just my instinct, and I just make a path for him. And on my way back to the middle, I meet a girl that's hyperventilating. So it said, like, you know, I couldn't tell her, hey, calm down. I immediately just grab her, and I'm rushing back. And, you know, closer to the VIP section, that's when EMS was doing what they were doing with those visuals.
It's a struggle because it's not you and a clear path. It's you and then the person next to you wanting to have fun. Yeah. The person across from wanting to fight some random person. And it's everybody for themselves, where if I see that you're saying, oh, I want to leave, I'm having a panic attack. Yeah. I'm saying, back up.
People wait for you to have this look of concern to do something. Right. When you should just take their word seriously. You know? Like, not for nothing. Like, it is a fun event, but there's just people that careless people that just come and ruin it.
It's like,
you know?
Well, in the front, there was definitely a lot of jumping. If you didn't jump, you were going to fall. And you would get trampled on, definitely.
So the crowd's pushing.
Yeah, the crowd's pushing back and forth. Like, you needed to, if you were even a little bit tired, you were going to fall. It was just too insane.
So you tried to get your buddy.
Yeah, so my buddy was there. He was already passing out. I saw him. I noticed him on someone's back. And then right away, he said that he wanted to go, and I just helped him out right away.
Was he passing out from people crushing him?
He just looked very tired. I think it was from people because there was too much pressure. You barely had like breathing space.
At these festivals, when you're up there, they have hydration stations.
Yeah.
You fill up your Camelback, but when you're up there for hours and you run out of water, that walk back is a fight.
Yeah.
Your taste is indescribable because whenever you try to define it, boom.
Sorry. Look, I done got. Let me play another video, guys. I feel like that was like crazy. People's having panic attacks and y'all can't even make a way for these. That's very selfish to sit there and continue to party while your friends over here dying. That's ridiculous. Why somebody beside you don't have that much care for life? You want to turn up that bad that you don't care that this person that's beside you is basically hyperventilating, being trampled on, none of that, like unconscious, and y'all still want to turn up in a person that's unconscious. $7 for a bottle of water, child, please. And you can get here in Mississippi, you can get a 3 packs of water for $10. Child, please. Hold on, y'all. Let me find another one. I got them all saved. Okay, here is another account from another person that was at the at the party. I mean, at the Astro World, and it was at the concert.
Okay. In my group, okay, so like I said, an hour before Travis came. Okay, so like I said, an hour before Travis came on, it started to get. I'm thinking, okay. In my group, we were kind of like, it's almost like it was like a current. I got really close to the front right when Travis came out, and as soon as he came out, it's almost like the people around us, we started just shifting down the side along the edge of the rail, kind of back and over. I kept noticing this circle forming to my right, and I kind of just kept working along it, around it, behind me. And then Drake came out, and that's whenever like. It was really insane. Obviously, it was crazy, I mean, I'm around people, they're yelling, stop the show, chant. People were chanting, help, stop the show. And that's when I was like, dude. And then he stopped for a second, and he said, what? And then he looked over on one side. He told them, like, hey, get her up. And at one point, there's a clip on Twitter. I've been hunting through Twitter trending, and you hear him say, stop the what? And then he just tells his DJs and Shake Speed to keep going. And they kept it going, and there was people freaking out. There's clips on Twitter. But I definitely started to get freaked out, I guess, whenever I saw the big group of people around there. And I can't imagine being on that circle because it was probably just people laying on people, and then, some good Samaritans trying to keep other people off of them. And I'm watching there's teenagers giving CPR, and they're not even trained in that. And that's when it's like, clearly they weren't expecting this magnitude. If you saw at 9 a.m. that morning, they had some people rush through the security gates. I mean, I go to those events with the mindset of, you got to look out for yourself, and there's people who go to those that can't look out for themselves, and it's like sometimes you got to know, like, there's just not enough ratio of, it's like 1 to 10 people that one person isn't going to help everybody if everybody's struggling. I was definitely tired. I was super lucky. I borrowed a huge Camel pack water. I had a big one, so I was full the whole time. I was just taking sips, conserving it. I'm 6'2", so I can look up. Most people, they can't do that. I would just look up and get it was cold air, so it felt good. I could breathe just fine. I never really was worried about myself, because I knew I'm taller and bigger. If I need to, I can work my way out of here without, hopefully hurting anybody. But no one was really going to push me over, or I wasn't going to get knocked down. But I was worried about people around me. There was a group of guys. I kept circulating. Faces kept changing. So every couple minutes, I'd look around and be like, you got me, I got you. Like, don't let each other fall, because if someone falls, it's gonna be a nightmare trying to get them back up. So,
oh my God, y'all clowning, man. Hold on, y'all clowning. Hold on, y'all. Let me find the other one that I'm looking for. Okay. Okay, y'all. So I'm gonna show this for a little bit, then I'm gonna get to the nurse interview. Hey, Brianna, how you do? Happy Monday, child.
And
we talking about this.
Jumping,
hold on, y'all.
Everybody just started pushing in.
Something was wrong.
Hold on, y'all.
Did you realize something? Both joining Concert last night, and they can tell us what they witnessed. Timothy Perez and Joseph Gonzalez both joining us now. So, Timothy, I'll start with you. When did you realize something was wrong?
Honestly, I started realizing it when SZA's concert was over with. Everybody started heading towards our stage, and as soon as the music started jumping, that's when everybody just started pushing in, and everybody was just so squeezing into us. We couldn't even move. We were like this the whole time. You literally, when you would move, you couldn't move, like I mentioned, and you just really felt like a frozen. You were just frozen. You just stood there.
And Joe, what did you see? What did you do? What did you see happening around you? And where exactly were y'all in the crowd as compared to the stage?
As far as the stage, we're at the very front. Not the very front, but we held the rail. And like he said, as soon as the concert started, the concert goers, they just pushed. And from what we seen, we actually experienced, we couldn't breathe. And we had security at the rail. And for whatever reason, they were not helping us at all. They were uncooperative. They didn't want to pull nobody out.
Did you say something to security? Did you say, I'm being squeezed, people are pushing, what's going on, I need help? Did you say something to security at that point, Joe?
had a whole section screaming help, help, and nobody was doing nothing. They, like I said, for whatever reason, they didn't want to help. And I don't know if it was because they were streaming live or whatever the case was, but there was passed out bodies just being held up because it was so compact, and like the deaths there were deaths right in front of us, and they weren't helping at all.
I'm sorry, did you say what was in front of you?
Like dead bodies in front of us.
Wow.
Timothy, I mean, that is just so horrible. Timothy, did Travis Scott stop performing as soon as people started running and crushing the stage?
Yes, he did stop at a point. He made sure the crowd was okay and everything. But then after that, he just started going back at it. And then more unconscious bodies happened, and we were just trying to fight for our way out. That was honestly it. It was tragic. It was unexpected. It was scary. A frightening experience.
So how did you get out of there, Timothy? I mean, how did y'all get from that crush that's pushing you up towards the barricades right there by the stage?
At first, we were all together as a group. That was our plan. We were going to stay together. We ended up separating equally, individually, separate ways. I didn't know which way they headed. I pushed my way towards the back. I ended up in the back of the railing by the VIP section. As soon as I touched the railing, I told the people behind me, I said, please get me out. Please get me out. So they helped me lift my body over. And I just jumped over on the floor. And then I ended up seeing my other friends out there, and we all ended up safe at the last minute.
Joe, what time did y'all get to the concert? You know, like, and what was happening? Was everything calm when you got there? What'd you see?
So we ended up getting there pretty early, around 6, 7 a.m. And around 9 o'clock, that's when they had a COVID check, and people rushed past that.
Wow.
When the gates opened around 10 o'clock, it was kind of hectic. People wanted, merchandise, and it was pretty calm throughout the day. And then as soon as 9 o'clock hit, that's when everybody just pushed forward, and like I said, it got real compact. That's when everything happened. And for us getting out, honestly, it was luck. It was by the grace of God that we got out, because there was no telling if we would get out or not.
Well, thank God you got out there. Timothy, one last question for you, and I'm not suggesting that either one of you took drugs. There are reports that there was drugs being passed around or taken, or it was definitely prevalent at the concert there. Do you know anything about that? Did you hear about it? Did you witness anyone taking drugs?
No, ma'am. I wasn't even worried about that at the moment. I was just trying to fight for my life to get out. That was just honestly it.
And Joe, final word from you. How do you feel today, right now?
It's shocking. I've been to the past two festivals. I've seen Travis Scott more times than I can count on my hand. This by far was the worst one I've been a part of. It's sad because I have friends of friends who know people who passed away, and just to know that this happened in our city, it's shocking. It's sad. So really no words to express myself.
Well, I am really sorry for the loss of your friends, and sorry for all of the parents who lost children. And I'm glad that you two are safe. Be careful, Timothy Perez, Joseph Gonzalez. Thank you for joining us. I'm sorry for under these circumstances. You guys be careful, okay?
So guys, that's another one. And then I'm gonna play, like, that's crazy. Like, they up here at 9 o'clock in the morning, and it's already packed out. Like, it wasn't it seemed like it was more people coming. Like, it was at capacity when the people came. Like, they didn't even do the COVID checks. They just said, forget the COVID checks. I'm just gonna go to the party. Well, I'm gonna go to the concert. I'm here now. I don't care about no COVID check. Oh Lord, this is ridiculous. It's just ridiculous. Like, come on now, people. Let me find this nurse interview, guys. We're gonna listen to that, and then I'm gonna go. Her full interview. She had like a 15-minute interview, and we're going to listen to it. She did it with the news, and child, y'all know I'm going to listen to it. I don't own the rights to it, but I'm sure going to listen to it because I want to know what she had to say. It looks like it's very devastating. It is. It's very, very devastating. Well, you know what? Then you know what? If anybody got COVID, that's on them. Straight up, that's on them. If you got COVID, you went there and you got COVID, that was on you. No one is held accountable because it was a COVID testing situation going on there. So ain't no excuse. Let's listen to this, guys.
So, Madeline, can you start by telling me your first and last name, please?
Madeline Eskins.
Can you spell it for me just to make sure we have the correct spelling?
Madelineskins.
So, tell me about your experience at the concert tonight. You know, it's starting just before this happened.
We got there a little bit later, probably around like 4:30 or 5 o'clock, and we got one drink each. She got a beer. My boyfriend got a beer. I got some mixed drink they were selling. And we weren't really interested in anybody that was performing at the smaller stage. So I said, let's go get a good spot for Travis Scott. This is the third time I've been at Astro Festival. I was there for the first year in 2018. I went in 2019. Did not have one in 2020.
Hey, Donna.
So I went. So we went and tried to find a good spot at the stage like I do every year. It was fine at first. People were sitting down trying to hold their spots in line. It was still daylight, but that was like 6:15, 6:30. As it got closer to 8:30, 8 o'clock, people started, crowding. Got kind of tight, got kind of packed. 8:15, more crowded, more tight, more packed. We couldn't really move around a lot. We were a little bit towards the front. We were about 4 feet away from the fence to the right. There was an alleyway in between the left and right side of general admission for the photographers and for people to walk that were, I guess, celebrities and stuff. And for security. We were about 4 feet away from that fence. So at 8:30, he started a countdown on the main screen, like a timer, till he performed what it was for. And when he started the timer, people started pushing. They would push forward, and then other people would push back and forward and back. As the timer got closer to 0, it got really, really bad. I couldn't even turn my head to tell my boyfriend anything. I mean, we were packed in there, so I had people shoving me from behind, shoving me from the front, on both sides. It's getting really hard to breathe. I was trying to jump up and lift my head up so I could get air. And whenever he started performing, I looked at my boyfriend. I tried to look at my boyfriend. I only got about this far. And I told him, I said, we have to get out. We have to get out. And he said, we can't. Because we couldn't move. We could not. You couldn't go forward, backwards, inside. You couldn't do anything. The only way to go was up. I remember I was about to tell my boyfriend to tell my son that I loved him, because as it went on, it got to the point where I was like, I'm going to die. Like, I really, truly thought that I was going to get crushed to the point where my trachea was going to get crushed, my chest. I thought I was going to die. So I fainted. I think it was, I don't remember what song was playing. I don't remember anything. I just know that he had just started. And I fainted. And my boyfriend and a gentleman that reached out to me on Instagram and said he helped my boyfriend. They basically crowd surfed my unconscious body 4 feet to the right to a security guard, because after trying to get it from my boyfriend, he said that he tried to get your attention and you just couldn't, because they were carrying so many people over, that finally him and a just good Samaritan that happened to be there lifted me up, and they just crowd surfed my unconscious body over the security guard. I came to for a little bit, and I was sitting, and the fence was behind me, the crowd, and I was in that little walkway area, and I looked up, and I passed out again.
Wow.
And then when I woke up again, I was in a different part. I was in the VIP area, and I woke up with a bottle of water in my lap. Essentially what had happened was the security guard dropped me off, sat down, and then went and ran back to get more people in and out.
Wow.
So once I sat there for a minute, I drank my water, looked around, there were people being carried back and forth. And then I stood up and I was about to go, look for my boyfriend. I had no phone service. I tried to call him, I couldn't call him. I look and they're carrying this guy out and they're about to set him down. And I noticed he looked really bad. His eyes were rolled in the back of his head. He was completely limp. He did not look good. I asked the security guard, I said, have you checked the pulse on this man? He said, I don't know how to do that. He's like, please help. So I checked the pulse. I did not feel a pulse. His eyes were rolled in the back of his head. His pupils weren't reacting. I shined my flashlight in there. I said, do not drop him off here to go get someone else. You need to go take this man to the medical tent. Take him somewhere. Go. I cleared the way. Another security guard overheard me say, because at first, before I told him that, let me rewind. I told him, I was like, I'm an ICU nurse. I've worked in the ED before. I have experience with this. Like, let me help. Instead of just trying to shove through me. The other security guard had overheard me tell the man that. Tell the security guard that. So he came to me, he said, hey, we need your help up here. So he took me to the front of I think I was in the VIP area. There were 2 towers beside me that people were standing on, and also where the light crew was on either side. And I walk up and nothing could have prepared me for what I saw.
Wow.
Nothing. I work in the ICU. I see people die every week. When I was working in ER, we get people coming to us that are, have CPRs in progress all the time. I saw 3 people laid out on the ground and maybe 4 medics doing CPR on 3 people. One of them was Blue, the guy that looked the worst. I ran over to the medic and I said, do you have an AED? Do you have an ambu bag? What do we have? How long have you been doing compressions? I just started asking the question. She said, I don't know. I said, has anybody relieved you from compressions? She's like, no. There were other civilians trying to help do CPR that didn't know how. Teenagers, 19 years old. I asked him how old he was. 19 years old trying to do CPR at 18. I'm only 23 myself, but still. So I take over compressions. As I'm doing compressions, I'm asking the medics around me. I said, where do we have an AED? Do we have an ambu bag, which is to give them breaths? I said, what do we have? Do we have an IV kit? So I can put an IV. Do we have meds, like epinephrine to give them? They were like, we have 1 AED machine. We have nothing. We have 1 AED and it's over there. And I look, there's a woman, as I'm doing compressions, she's got pads on her, the shock pads is the best way to explain it. They found the ambu bag. They brought it to us. And so someone started giving him breaths as I was doing compressions. I told them the medic, I don't know what they were. I don't know if they were paramedics. I'm not sure what they were. Some of them seem to have some experience. Some of them seem to have little to none experience with this situation. I looked at him. I said, I need you to find a femoral pulse. Because the man was very heavy. It was hard to get a carotid pulse. There's a lot of adipose tissue, fat tissue. I said, I need you to get a femoral pulse up by the groin. He said, I can get a radial pulse. I don't know where that is. I said, no, you need a femoral pulse or a carotid. And he's like, I don't know how to do that. So since he knew how to give compressions, I had him take over compressions, felt for a pulse. Whenever we did pulse checks, there was no pulse checks going on. It was madness. It was madness. They pulled someone over the rails. After I found some other nurses or medical staff that were in the crowd, they identified themselves as such, started jumping in to help with compressions so we could, relieve the medics that had been doing it for, I don't even know how long. I have no idea how long these people have been pulseless. Mm-hmm. They started bringing more bodies over. They started trying to do CPR on someone. I said, you have got to check a pulse before you do CPR. If they have a pulse, you don't do CPR. You'll break ribs and just make the situation worse. Checked a pulse on a guy that they started doing CPR. I said, no, he has a pulse, get him out of here. There was only one stretcher. These were big people. We weren't able to get people out. All we could do is just try and keep them awake. And
this is sad and
keep them alive to the best of our abilities. We had someone else come over. I checked him, no pulse, started CPR on him. It was madness. And you still have people recording the concert, recording us doing CPR, recording the concert, dancing, and then meanwhile you have others that are climbing up the tower to the staff that's in charge of the lighting and saying, stop this, shut it down. They're trying to shut the concert down. Nothing was being done. It was absolutely insane. I've never seen anything like that in my life. I am disturbed. Honestly, it should have been stopped. It should have been stopped.
How long did that whole process go on with you helping
Maybe
CPR?
45 minutes total with like everything going on, maybe an hour. I'm not entirely sure.
How are you feeling this morning, thinking back on everything? I mean, you mentioned you didn't think you were going to survive.
I'm just glad that if my boyfriend would not have gotten me out of there, I don't know what would have happened to me. I'm really glad that, really thankful that he got me out of there so I could go help others. I tried to find him at first before I got dragged into the CPR madness, but luckily I saw that he had called me, so I knew that he was at least alive and conscious. But I couldn't call him back. I didn't have any cell service, so I figured my resources would be more useful trying to help.
Now, you said you were unconscious at some point, but your boyfriend, I'm assuming, saw what happened. Does he know how this all started? Was there a fight that broke out? I mean,
no, it was just everyone rushing the stage to see Travis perform. I've been to all 3 Astro Worlds, and something like that usually happens whenever the forward goes on. People kind of go forward.
But it ain't that deep.
But
this ain't that deep now.
Was completely different. It was way too many people. It was packed before it even started. It was insane.
Did you feel like there was enough?
I just want to say this, y'all, and I'm going to listen to it. I'm going to just say this. It ain't that deep now. It ain't that deep to see a celebrity now. Yeah, child, it ain't that deep. It ain't that deep. It's not that deep. I'm just going to say that. It's not that deep to see a celebrity. They are just as human as you are and have more problems than you do. Trust me. And I bet you. It ain't that deep. It's not that deep to be running towards the stage and killing people and trampling over people just to see Travis Scott. Like, come on now, people, man. Y'all could just sit there and enjoy the music, man. I have been to concerts, y'all. Honey, I had went to a Silk concert. That's what I went to. Child, we had a good little old time. It's not, y'all. It's not that deep. Hey, Risa Cup, how you doing, boo? Y'all, I swear to God, I had went to a Silk concert. You know what I'm saying? Even though everybody like, well, Silk is R&B, but still, you know what I'm saying? It wasn't that deep for me to want to go up there and try to take his pants off and try to, and throw my panties at him. It wasn't that deep for me. You know what I'm saying? I didn't just enjoy. Why you just couldn't enjoy the music and turn up? You ain't got to squish nobody. You ain't got to hurt nobody just to see no celebrity. Shoot, the only difference between me and you, them and you, is they got famous, they got a little bit more money, but they still are human, just as you. And so, whatever. But let's finish this out. I just wanted to say that.
Security there for that crowd?
Not at all. There was enough medical staff. There wasn't enough security. Even, security was trying to get to people. They couldn't get to anyone because the crowd was entirely too big. I mean, I couldn't move my arm. So there was no way another body was getting in there. They were trying, but they couldn't.
And, there's reports of one of the victims being as young as 10 years old.
No.
That's ridiculous.
There's no place for a child.
No.
How are you feeling about, the victims who have lost their lives at a concert?
I feel very angry. Travis acknowledged that something was happening in the crowd. He acknowledged that there was an ambulance. He acknowledged that someone was passed out and then just continued the concert. I'm angry about that. I'm disappointed in how everything was handled. I'm disappointed that the medical staff that was there was not truly medical staff. They had little to no experience in this. Some of them had little to no experience in this type of situation. It's very unfair for them to be the ones that are, responsible for doing this. I mean, everyone looked to them to provide medical care when they had, not a lot of experience in this field. I'm upset that people are saying that this was all drug related. There's rumors that someone was running around with a needle injecting people with drugs. I never saw that. I never saw that. I'm not an expert in, toxicology. I have no idea how to tell if these people were truly overdosing in that given situation. But I will say that me, as someone who did not do any type of drugs, does not do any type of drugs, that I could have very easily been one of those people because I was getting suffocated. Suffocation can lead to cardiac arrest. And they were saying that these individuals were trampled. Because once you fell in that hit, that crowd, it was almost a death sentence. So, I mean, if you fell, you weren't getting up. So if these people got trampled at 100, could they have had drugs in their system? Probably. There's 50,000 people there to party. But do I think that this was primarily drug related? No. People are saying, oh, it's fentanyl. It's fentanyl-laced drugs. So it just doesn't make sense to me if that was the case. Everyone started to die and pass out whenever Travis came on the stage. Did the drugs just kick in for everybody when Travis came on the stage?
And you mentioned that you've gone to his concerts before, and I've heard people talk about this wave where people are moving left to right. Has that ever happened at his previous concerts before he gets on stage?
Yeah, sometimes people are moving, left going up and backwards, but it wasn't as compacted as it was yesterday. I mean, I had room to breathe at the other concerts. Yesterday, none. If my boyfriend let me hit the ground, he said he kept me from falling whenever I fainted. If he would let me hit the ground, I think that I would have been one of the people in the hospital or worse.
Wow. And before you go, you mentioned you're an RN. What hospital do you work at?
I work at HCA Kingwood.
Okay.
It's in North Houston.
Okay. Have you heard of any of the victims? Do you know any of their names?
No, I would like to know who they are. Someone messaged me and said it was one of the victims was his best friend's older sister. I had someone reach out to me and say their daughter was one of the people that passed away. Someone reached out to me asking me if I knew the people I was doing CPR on because she hasn't heard from her daughter in 6-7 hours. And that was, in the middle of the night. I don't know how long it was truly, probably more than that now. I don't know any of those people. I really, hope that at least one person that I was hoping made it. Just at least one. But there was one of the gentlemen he was blue. He had been pulseless for at least 15 minutes while I was there doing CPR on him. So I don't know how long he was pulseless before that.
That is so sad. To have that image in your head still this morning, I'm sure.
Oh, 100%. I mean, like I said, I work in the hospital. I work, people that go into cardiac arrest. I mean, this was more terrifying than anything I've ever seen. Anything I've ever seen. Ever.
All right, y'all. So that's it right there with that. Now, I do want to say this. It's just sad that people were just that starstruck or that excited to see Travis Scott that they was trampling on each other. Like, that's ridiculous. That's absolutely sad and ridiculous, in my opinion. Like, you can go to a concert and have a good time, but this girl said if you would fall, you would be trampled on. And you likely would be in the hospital or dead. So think about over maybe 1,000 people trampling on you. Whew. No, they don't. They don't. Child, please. I'm not. You know what I'm saying? Think about somebody dying. If I seen somebody dying in front of me, baby, I'd be devastated. I would be devastated. Hey, Tara Scott, how are you? Faint. Oh, okay. Like, why are y'all fainting? Like, that's the thing. Like, are y'all fainting from being squashed, or y'all that starstruck that y'all fainted because it was just that hot in there? Like, it's truly a sad situation. And I know a lot of people want to hear. I think the most thing that they're upset with Travis, people are upset with Travis Scott about is Travis Scott then completely just end the concert when he realized that people were being trampled on. There were ambulances, there were security guards, everything was chaotic, that he didn't end the concert. And his people didn't let him know to end it. I wonder why his people didn't have to tell him to end the concert, because there are people being trampled on. It's the other people. Well, true. If it's over 50,000 people there, you know it's hot as hell. And you know what I'm saying? And she was like, and then, you know, for her to say, you know, well, people didn't start fainting and stuff like passing out, you know, until he got on stage. I'm like, man, that, you know what I'm saying? Only thing that I have known Travis Scott for was, yes, the McDonald's meal. And I like his song, The Highest in the Room. That's about it. You know what I'm saying? He did something with Drake or somebody. Yeah, he did something with Drake. And I liked it that. But other than that, I ain't never really just been tripping off no celebrities like that. That's to me, that's crazy. That means that you put them more on a higher regard than you put God. It probably was. God forgive me, but she done worked on my last nerve. Who done worked on your last nerve, Tara? Drake. Don't he say I get those goosebumps every time when you some song. I know he sang that song. Drake sang a lot, you know. Well, Tara, let me just say this, you know. Let me just say this, you know, you know what I'm saying, they want Travis Scott to hold accountability. But if he's doing his part, he's paying for the funerals, he's getting everybody counseling service. And I bet you the next concert he do, it won't be nothing like this. It will be a limited amount of people. And trust me when I say that will happen. No, I swear to God, I feel like there will be a limited amount of people that will be going to Astro World. He will do it again. He may not do it next year. But y'all so crazy. I can't understand for someone to be so traumatized. She all over. Well, you know what I'm saying? My thing is, she woke up. What tripped me out the most is she said she fell out and then woke up, got some water, I guess, and started helping survive some people. But you know, that's what you got to do. Anyway, y'all, my thing is with this situation, and I'm just going to give my opinion. The only thing Drake and Travis Scott is accountable for is not stopping the concert. They all knew they was coming there to see Travis Scott. Okay, if he gives everybody back their money, boom, everybody has been, you know, everybody has been refunded back their money. They're going to pay for the funerals. They're getting sued. So they probably had to pay the families maybe $500,000 a piece. Boom. And then turn around, you're paying for counseling service. And then now he has lost some money out of his pocket. What else more do you want? You want him to fall off the face of the earth trying to give back to the community? Or do you want, because y'all know, you know what I'm saying, after this incident, we probably, you know, this will die down after a while because his PR team is going to do something to make him look good. Think about it. This man got a PR team. And that's why he went live on Instagram to clear that up, because he didn't say nothing now. You're going to have a PR team. Like I said, like And you know what I'm saying? After a while, after this settles down, expect Astro World to be next year or the year after, but it will be limited amount of people. Trust me when I say that. Yes, child. Yes, they have. I'm surprised Ben Crump ain't on. You know how Ben Crump is. I promise you, Ben Crump, child. I'm surprised Ben Crump ain't on the speed dial with them. Yeah, I feel like that's better too. Okay. Okay. Well, you know what I'm saying? Then Callie probably gonna help him too. So, you know, he'll be all right. I feel like he'll be all right. You know, I feel like after this, you know what I'm saying, the PR team gonna clean this up. He gonna pay for the funeral. That is the right thing to do, is to pay for the funerals. He's gonna take those losses when it comes to the Vegas. He's gonna not do that concert. Now, y'all can't tell this man that he can't do no concerts no more, knowing that wasn't his fault that these people done came and acted a fool. Those people that trampled on the people should be the ones that held accountable, not Travis. He only accountable for not stopping the concert when he realized something was going on. I only know how he's in the room. Now he did that. I hope this will change outcomes of people shoulder to shoulder. True, because like I had went, oh y'all, let me tell y'all about this. Okay, so we got a place here that's called the Bancorp South Arena. Me and my cousins, them, we went to see Tank. Who's one of the guys that play on Pretty Ricky that was on Love and Hip Hop, I think Love and Hip Hop Miami. He was on there and we listened to some comedians. Honey, it was packed out. Do you hear me? But in our Bancorp South Arena, there are seats. So we wasn't shoulder to shoulder. But honey, we had you know what I'm saying? But one thing I didn't like about the Tank concert is he didn't really sing, he just sung maybe a verse of these. That's what I'm saying. They slick, you know. They'll sing maybe a verse of that song and then he'll change he had about 20 songs he had to sing, so child. And he waited till he was the last one that played. You know, that song, he was the last one that song. But let me tell y'all something. But let me tell y'all what's the best concert you can ever go to, and you ain't got to worry about no problems. Go to a blue concert. Go to a blues concert, child. Yes, I'm from Mississippi, child. I'm country. I listen to the blues and R&B and a little bit of old school rap. I'm gonna be real. And when you go to these blues concerts, child, listen to Denise LaSalle and all Bobby Blue Bland and all them, you ain't got to have no problems. You ain't got to worry about all this. It's just everybody sitting back, drinking their few little beers and drinking a little liquor. They'll let you get drunk and go home. It's simple as that. This right here, yeah, Bobby V. Yeah, thank you, Classy. Cause I forgot who he was, but yeah, he sung, Lord, he was all up in the crowd doing too much. He sung all their songs. I was like, Lord, please bring Tank on. Please bring. We did not come to see you. We came to see Tank. He said, I'm looking to be a backup there. I said, I know Dan. Well, I didn't pay that much for no Tank concert. Like, here that Tank, I think Tank came and we paid maybe $100 for those tickets. If that, it wasn't even that much. Maybe $50, $75. It wasn't much. I ain't never paid over $100 for no concert tickets. I'm sorry. Ain't nobody worth that much. I'm sorry. Like, honey, that's a whole hairdo, car payment, shoot, house payment. I'll be dang if I pay anything like that. So, guys, just continue to pray about this, guys. I'm about to get on off here. I do want to let you guys know that I do have a topic on tomorrow, so tune in. I'll put out the time tomorrow. Probably be about around the same time. After this week, guys, I will try to go on at 9 o'clock Eastern time. It's 30 minutes earlier than what my usual time be, or 8:30. I'm trying to get, my son is he's not going to be playing football after this week. As if you guys just walking in, my son's Pee Wee team has made it to the championship. So guys, just pray that they win, and I'll put it out there, that they have won on Saturday. Reese, what's it says? Well, that's wonderful, Tara. That is wonderful. Honey, I'm just old school to the heart. But he didn't take none of his kids, so okay. I'm sorry to hear that. So yes, y'all. So this is my last week dealing with football. Praise God. These 4 days a week on the football field has been rough, but Lord, we have made it. Now now my little girl, she wants to go into she want to do dance. So I'm gonna do that for a little while next year. Anyway, guys, that's all that I have. Like I stated, guys, that tomorrow we will have another topic. We do need to discuss the Ahmaud Arbery case, guys. I don't know when I'm going to discuss it, but we do. If y'all have not been watching it, please watch it. Like, you know what I'm saying? This is the whole thing. All the evidence that has presented out, like, just listen to the testimony on today. Like, they should have never approached that young man. They should have never did that. But anyway, we're going to be talking about a lot of different things, guys, coming up. As I said, I want to let my members know, if you are a News and Views member, if you have not sent me your email, please send me your email. Well, look in the community tab and send me the information that I put in the community tab for members only. I am as well, guys. If you want to be a part of the Cash App giveaway, please email me your Cash App information, and it will be the weekend before Thanksgiving, before when I do the drawing. Where can we watch it? Where can we watch? Oh, talking about the football game. Oh, I'll go live and I'll go live. You couldn't, girl, just Google it. Google Ahmaud Arbery and ABC News Live. Look it up on Facebook. It shows it. Well, not today. ABC News was showing Kyle Rittenhouse trial. So they're going between the two. But it's on YouTube and on TV, Brianna. Yeah, for sure. Because this is a high profile case, so they're definitely going to show it. Just like, honey, I was waking up every day with Trayvon Martin. I wake up, even though I was working at night, I was getting up every morning early to try to watch and see what, the trial. And then for that man to be found not guilty just burned my soul. Do you hear me? Yeah, I know what you're talking about. I'm sorry. I be talking a lot. So yeah, just search for it. It'll be showing on multiple streaming platforms. Yes. Okay. Guess what, my son? He got in accident. Well, that's wonderful. Congratulations to your son, Tara. Oh my God, that's awesome for a young black man to be in Stanford. That's wonderful. That is wonderful. Tell him to continue to do great things. God, if he let God lead him and guide him, he will be successful at whatever he does. For sure. That's I know you are very proud as a mother to, for your son to be going to Stanford. That's a very great achievement for any child to go to college, especially to a high profile school like that and become something. So I pray that he graduates and becomes truly successful. So guys, that's all that I have for tonight. Make sure you guys, if you have not hit the like button, press the like button. If you have not subscribed to the channel, subscribe to the channel, please. If you're on Facebook and listening in, please like the page and leave a comment. And please make sure you put a review on my page and let me know what you think. And as well, guys, make sure you turn the notification bells to all. That's on Facebook and on YouTube. And if you want to join the channel, all you have to do is press the join button. If there's anything, if all minds are clear, guys, I'm gonna go get out of here, and y'all have a good night, and I'll see y'all tomorrow evening. All right, Miss Tara. If you email me here. All right. Thank you guys so much for watching, and y'all have a good night.